Hello, my name is CONNOLLY. I am a florist and I do flowers for big events and for parties and have done extraordinarily well-known things in the United Kingdom, including the coronation of His Majesty the King a few years ago.
당연한 거 아니죠? 크리스마스로만 여인통하고 나머지는 알아서 하면 되는 거죠?
집 옆에 완전히 나란히 쌍둥이처럼 있는가요, 높게?
And the worst of all for me are people who are big influencers on Instagram who should know better. Kardashian. So the first thing we did at Netherwood on Wednesday was I wanted to show a presentation because sometimes you need to see visuals of what I'm trying to talk about, and I just wanted to lay very bare on the table the real problems with sustainability and why I mind, why I try, why I make efforts, and to share the facts, because what you don't want to do is frighten people away, and nor do you want to make them feel judged. You want them to know the facts so that they can make their own decisions. And I wanted that to happen in a very calm way with a PowerPoint presentation. So it actually was very special. I hope it didn't feel like a classroom, but I think it was 1 hour very well spent and facts were delivered.
저희가 아침에 선생님이 이제 준비하신 자료를 보면서 이야기를 했었는데 거기서 그냥 저는 딱 하나 장면이 딱 남아요. 오아시스 폼이랑 꽃들이 뒤엉켜 있던 그 모습이 진짜 딱 남는데 그 사진이 진짜 잊혀지지 않는 거는 결국에 내가 만든 건 아름다운 꽃꽂이가 아니라 환경을 파괴하고 있는 그 모든 것들을 혹시 내가 창작이라는 이름 아래 하고 있지 않았나라는 생각을 하면서 앞으로 제가 무엇을 조금 더 신경을 써야 할지, 어떤 것을 사력 있게 선택을 해야 될지에 대해서 저도 깊게 느끼던 시간들이었습니다.
아니 그 얘기는 했어. 궁금해. 얼마나 어떻겠다. 네. 나 죽으면은 그.
That one's doing better than most because most of mine went fine.
No, sorry, I meant the
Oh yes, but I think I've got some. Let me see if I.
No, but did you...
자르실 때 뭘 자르냐? What I really hoped after the presentation was that we could go back to being basic flower gatherers, that we would have the experience of walking in a garden and picking flowers. And we obviously had also lots of beautiful flowers from Stokesay. But I wanted them just to get back to that whole idea that you pick a flower and you bring it into a house and you arrange it and you design with it, if you want to use that expression, and that they chose flowers in the garden and then they could choose flowers from our buckets from Stokesay Court. And I wanted them to see a sustainable way of arranging them, which a lot of these very experienced and brilliant florists did already know. But I think a lot of them found that they were out of their comfort zone in a good way. We all need that, and that they were being pushed to try something they might not try, and they were using ingredients they certainly wouldn't try. And I think it was that I wanted. I wanted that feeling that it's like a chef going to the market and choosing, as most people used to do, choosing vegetables, choosing a piece of meat and creating a dish. I wanted that feeling for them in this beautiful setting. I knew everyone was a professional. I didn't think anyone wouldn't do brilliantly in the task, but what surprised even me, some people had been much more daring than I would have been with the length of stems, and it was still so secure, because I think most people who use floral foam say they use it because it gives security to the arrangement. And I wanted to show that there are other ways. And I mean, this is only one. You could use chicken wire, you could use twigs, you could use a deeper bowl. That would have been easier. But it was just to show that if you try, there is always a solution.
Saison Fleurie 물.
Three wine.
지금 이건
And we use this as our
So when we went to sew, my aim was to let them be in charge. I felt that the easiest way was to give everyone the task of sketching, and I would choose 2 who would then be the team leaders, because I think it's very hard for 8 people to design something meaningful together. So usually what happens in courses like this is that I would be the one who designed it and they all follow my instructions. But I wanted to see what they did, and actually all 8 drew something that I would love to have seen being produced. I wanted them to make something that was very tall, very in keeping with so about seeds. We wanted to use lots of seeds, and something that could be an installation that could be there probably for many months. And so we used mostly dried or ingredients that would dry. And the 2 that I chose because I thought they would look nice together, because they were to hang together. And I couldn't believe how quickly everyone rose to the challenge. There wasn't anyone who hesitated, not for a second, as you would expect from professional florists, but they were doing something out of their comfort zone in a way and producing a tapestry. The real thinking behind it was that I was trying to find something that could be tall in that tall space, but that wouldn't take up lots of room, because there isn't a lot of room in the restaurant. And that window was an obvious place. And I was so touched, especially that one of them was based on traditional Korean country house roof with pumpkins growing, and it was so beautifully abstract. I mean, I found that really moving. Pete has produced the most incredible food here at Netherwood, but in the ethos that we had been discussing the whole time over all the days. So all the food was local, all seasonal, all sustainably grown, all organically grown. And I think that is a very much hand in hand with floristry. I want them to be led by brilliant chefs in the brilliant world of food. And I wanted that, and that's what I felt So gave them.